Hello and welcome to episode 193. Right, for this video I've come down to Whelford pools, which is sort of on the Cotswold water park area. It's lechlade is just down the road. Like the famous horseshoe lake is literally 5 minutes down the road from here. So yeah, anyway, so I'm at Whelford pools. Not fishing yet, only just sort of got here, just had a look around the place and see where I fancied, and I've dropped into Peg 13, which is also known as the Point. Any lake which has a point swim, everyone heads to that, don't they? So I have. It's a nice little swim. Probably see to the left of me, or to the right as you look at it. Got some open water out in front of me, and then to the left of me, right as I look, I got a nice little pool behind me here, so I'll probably have one rodding out. But yeah, weather's nice. It might look a bit dark, but this swim is completely surrounded and like covered over by the trees, so that suits me fine. Keeps my white skin out of the sun. Right, anyway, right, I've got to crack on because, like I say, I'm not even fishing yet. I've literally just rocked up in the swim after having a look around, and yeah, so I need to crack on and get everything sorted. Right, so till I start doing something, let's go fishing. Right then, guys, so right end rod. I'm not fishing yet, I'm just at the moment just leading around, and I'm just trying to identify spots I want to fish. With my right hand rod, I've found a good potential, good spot. So left hand margin from where I am. Well, I think if you can see on the right hand side of the screen, there's an aerator on that bank. I can't go right up to that aerator because of the overhanging tree canopy. But if I go about a rod length to the right of the aerator, so you know, so this side of the aerator, and then probably about 3 foot from the bank, I've identified a nice little kind of hard spot, which is nice and convenient as well because there's a nice gap in the trees I can use as my site marker. It's a bit awkward. I'm having to do all my casting kneeling down because of the overhanging tree canopy sort of above where the camera is now, so I'm having to get my rods as low as possible to kind of make the cast. And then when I pull back, yeah, I'm getting a nice little bumpety bump on the rod tip. So that's definitely a nice little hard spot, that. So yeah, so that rod's got everything that I like to fish to, really. It's a margin next to a tree canopy, and more importantly, about a rod length from an aerator. Those of you who saw my video 2 videos ago at Limbrook Fishery would have seen I caught 3 fish. All 3 fish come near or close to aerators on that lake. So yeah, so that's my right hand rod. Just need to do the wraps now to see what the distance is, and then for my left hand rod I'll be fishing a different area and fishing a slightly different method. Right guys, so I'm on kind of like the left side of my swim now, if you like. With a little kind of little bay round to the left. Apparently not enough people fish it, they just put their rods out in open water on the right side of this tree here. But what I'm going to do, if I had single bank sticks I would put a rod down here, but I don't. so what I'm going to do, both rods will be in the front of the swim, but I am going to fish this left side of the bay. The rods do stick out enough so that the line will come basically off at a kind of a 90-degree right angle to the left to fish this bait. But to get the rod in here, when I actually do start fishing, I'm going to use my baiting pole to then put the rig in the pole sort of at the front of the bay and then kind of bring it round to fish this bit. But I'm just going to have a quick lead around first, just to see what it feels like out there. Felt quite soft to begin with. I've only got a 2-ounce lead on, so won't be anything too problematic. What have we brought back on the lead here? The main thing I wanted to make sure was check was just snags and what have you, but that's what I've brought back on the lead. Little bit of leaf debris, nothing that's going to cause me any issues. So black, pretty stinky, but yeah, that stinks of smelly silt. So but yeah, I mean the lead's not going to be dropping into that swim anyway, because I'm going to use my baiting pole, so it's literally going to drop sort of 4 foot out of the cup, so the lead's by no means going to dig into any soft silt. Right, I'm happy with them spots. Oh, and if anyone's wondering why I can't separate my rods to fish a rod there and a rod there, it's because I've got the jag lock down butt rests and the Delkin D locks on buzz bars, and I haven't got the Allen keys with me to separate them, so I can separate the rods out onto separate bank sticks. But it's not an issue, just means I get to play with my baiting pole. Right guys, so this might explain things a bit better, what I meant with my left hand rod. So both rods are in the front of the swim on on the buzz bars, and then my left hand rod I'm going to be fishing, as I said, the left hand side of this tree, kind of sort of in this bay around the corner here. So there's my baiting pole, you see it down there. So I'm bringing it round to the left hand side of the tree, and then as you can see the front of it is there, and then all I plan to do then is to when I want to put the rod out, is basically just drop the rig into the cup from here, and then I shall come back round to this side of the tree, and then from that little edge down there I will then swing the pole round and drop it under that tree canopy there. It would be a little bit easier if I had all single bank sticks, but I haven't, so I'm just going to have to make do with what I've got. So yep, so that's the plan. It's a little bit of effort, but you know, if it rewards me with a fish, then it'll be worth it. Number 2 goes up with a little less effort. So the only thing I have to watch out for is the tree canopy right above my head. That's it, we are now fishing. It's only a 2-rod rule here as well, guys. That's why I've only got the 2 rods out. And guys, obviously the fishing's been a bit quiet so far with nothing happening since the rods went out. Well, I say nothing happened. I had a liner on the left hand rod. When I set the rods up, I always set me line quite slack to begin with to let the line sink and everything, and so the bobbins were basically down as flat as they could go. And yeah, I had a liner on the left hand rod, the one that I've put around to that bay on the left hand side, and yeah, it basically brought the bobbin right up to almost up to the top of the rod. So it was either a really savage liner or I'd been done. But either way, I haven't touched the rod. I've not touched it to investigate if I had been done or anything, because I didn't want to disturb. Even though I'm doing the left hand rod with that baiting spoon, I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of disturbing my swim and all that. So I'm taking a chance. Like I say, it might be a big chance, but you know, I've left it for now. And if it's a liner been done, who knows. But we'll find out at some point tomorrow when I do a recast, or even if he'll get a fish in the meantime. But yeah, we're just sort of losing the light now, and only just cooking me dinner. I've been chatting to a guy 2 slims down for quite a while. I've left it late before having me dinner. But it's really quiet at the moment here as well. Really quiet. I expected this place to be kind of a chock-a-block, being a Friday. End of the month, it's payday, everyone's got their fishing tokens. But yeah, on this back part of Whelford Pools, there's only 3 of us on here. Me, guy 2 slims down, and then another bloke who's turned up not long ago across the way from me over in Condom Corner. So yeah, so this back part of Whelford Pools, there's only 3 anglers on it. That's not normal for a Friday night. It's good for us that are here because it's nice and quiet, but yeah, it's normally got more anglers on than this. Right, anyway, yeah, so I'm waffling on a bit now. I've got me dinner on the go. Just thought I'd do a quick update before it went completely dark. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully I shall see you in the night. Here we go then, guys. Caught my first Whelford fish of this session. Oh, just gone midnight. I was only just settling down into bed. Come on, girl. Here we go then, guys. First fish of the session. £16 on the nose. Fishing the old faithful beaten arna in the form of a snowman rig, 15mm bottom bait and a 12mm yellow pop up on top. Left hand rod, the rod that I put round to my left using the old baiting spoon. So as I said earlier on, if you catch a fish off doing something like that, it's worth the effort, and it sure was. Right, get a few pickies and get her back. That's the blank out the way. Hopefully they get bigger next time. Right guys, so just had to wind the rods in to go and use the on-site facilities, and before the rods go back out, I'll show you the rig I caught on last night. So for those of you who saw my video 2 videos ago when I was down at Limbrick Fishery, you'll have seen I caught 3 fish on the humble snowman rig. And fishing like that, fishing simple, it's kind of almost reignited my love for the simple rig, you know, and the snowman rig again. Because everything these days is all buddy popped up, wafted, slip-deed, ronnied, you know, and it seems rare these days anyone just fishes a simple knotless knot rig and a snowman rig. I don't know, I used to fish snowman rigs all the time on the old Honda Syndicate lake I used to be on, and it always used to do me well. But then, like I say, these other rigs come along and you use them, and sometimes you forget about the simple rigs that work. And yeah, so I was fishing the snowman rig at Limbrick, and yeah, it kind of reminded me, do you know what, simple is often just best. So yeah, what we got here is like a 7-inch hook link, soft coated braid, and about the last 10mm is stripped back, so you've got the suppleness for the hook to be able to move. The snowman rig itself, which is a 15mm beaten on a bottom bait, and then a 12mm beaten iron pop up. And then, like I said, just a simple knotless knot rig, and then all I put on is like one of the quarter kickers. Don't even have to use shrink tubing these days, it's so simple to tie. And that is as simple as the rig gets. And then before it goes out, I just put on PVA stick and then an anti-tangle boom, which slips over the quick change swivel on the lead clip system which I'm using. And that is as simple as it gets, guys. Yeah, and I think I'm going to fish like this more often now, because, you know, simple is often best. Right guys, so that is the rods back out. Rods are baited as well. So yeah, it's time to just sit back and relax and wait for the fish to do their bit again now. Hopefully. Well then guys, conditions have just changed somewhat. We've gone from a nice bright, warm, sunny morning. We're about lunchtime now, and the winds have just picked up, the clouds have come over, and the heavens have just opened. Certainly more carpy conditions, that's for sure. Let's see if this little change in weather can maybe turn them on. Get a few more. Right, here we go guys, fish number 2. This time right hand rod from that far margin by the aerator. I've not even weighed this one. Probably one of the smallest fish in the lake, to be fair. But it's a fish. It keeps a bend in the rod. And it's all still good fun. Nice pretty little fish. Like I said, I haven't weighed this one. There's no need to weigh fish this small. It's probably not even double figures. 7-8 pound maybe. Right. Get this rod back out. It must be resting up somewhere because there's a couple of leeches on its tail this side. But yeah, the fish we're still catching. It's all good. Right then guys, so the rigs are just getting prepped for their evening recast, and just to update you with one small change I'm making before they go back out. Left hand rod to my bait is still going to be going out on the Snowman rig, but the right hand rod, exactly the same rig, but I've changed the bait to tiger nuts, and if you can see on the top one, I've drilled it out and plugged it with some cork all the way through, just to make it a bit more buoyant. That one, I don't really use tiger nuts a lot, but you're allowed to use them as hook baits here, and these are the quite newish choc mint ones. So they smell just like after 8 mints. So, and the reason for that change being that margin rod over on the left hand side, as the baits have been coming back a couple of times with some little claw marks, shall we say. So just to fish that area on a bait that's going to be a bit more kind of resistant to the temptations of anything with claws. Hence why the change to a couple of tiger nuts. So that's the rods back out again. Looks like the only difference I've made is that right hand rod up against the margin. Yeah, both rods out again. What I've done as well is I actually rested the swim for a couple of hours as well, kind of late afternoon going into the evening. So yeah, my rods have actually sort of up until now have actually been out the water for about 2 hours. But yeah, we're fishing again. I'll say anything from now on really, I'll just look at as a bonus. I've had a fish on each rod now, so all good. So anything from this point onwards I'll just look as a bonus. I'll be packing up fairly early tomorrow morning because I want to get home and watch the old Belgium Grand Prix. So pretty much I've only got the night to go now, so a lot busier on the lake now. A lot of people have turned up today, and on this part of the lake I'm on, every single swim apart from the one immediately to my right is all taken now. So yeah, so it's practically a full house on the lake now, so a bit more angling pressure. Well, anyway, time to just sit back and relax now, and hopefully I'll see you lot in the night. Oh, good morning guys, and a quiet night last night for me, unfortunately. As I said yesterday, a lot more pressure on the lake last night, and it definitely showed. Last night I hardly even heard any boshing or anything around me, and unlike the night before where I did. So it definitely seems like the fish have moved into the front half of the lake where there's a lot less anglers and a lot less pressure. Quite a lot of noise on the bank last night, and one of the anglers on the spit of land between this half of the lake and the other half no idea what he was doing, but he got the loudest alarms in the world, and he had a run last night. That was going on for about 3 minutes, and I think the whole lake was awake before he was, so God knows what was going on there. But yeah, it's just gone about 8 o'clock now, and I'll be packing up soon because I want to get home and watch the old Belgium Grand Prix. Yeah, there's still going to be a couple of hours fishing left yet, so time for one more maybe. Right guys, that is it. I've come to the end of my session. Everything's packed away, everything's on the barrow, and I'm off home now. It's been an alright session. 2 fish, I'm happy with that. 1 fish on each rod. There have been people here who've caught more. There have been people here who've caught less, so but I'm happy with that. So yeah, don't know where, when I'll be fishing next, but from the banks of Whelford pools. Till next video, tight lines guys.